Good day all. This is Basil, broadcasting Truth and Therapy, BBTT, at the South Preservation Society. Here I am using the talking stick. And as I start recording this broadcast, this upload, it's 8 o'clock in the morning. I press record at exactly 8 o'clock. Think about that. The title of this upload is Same Old, Part 2. And wherever you're listening, I urge you to go, because I'm not going to repeat it, go to my main BitChute channel, link is in the description box below, and look at this video on there and look at my pinned post underneath, where I provide information for you. As to whether you accept it as truth or not is entirely up to you. Entirely down to your state of awareness or your lack of awareness as to whether you accept it. Entirely down to you as to whether you're one of those people that say if they were doing that, they would tell us. Oh, that does make me laugh, that does. But the first bit is where I ask you to share my uploads, and then underneath that I write in rather contrite terms, the monkeypox virus. Does that mean we'll soon be Planet of the Apes? And then I go on to give you information from a whistleblower that tells us whether we choose to accept it, believe it or not, that the monkeypox virus will be delivered to us through chemtrails, along with other things. And if you had listened to my last upload, Same Old, where I told you, and again in the comments section on that video, Shelley, who provided me some information, she brought that information in the comments section about this and other things. But I tell you in there that Klaus Schwab was heard at the World Economic Forum by a BBC reporter that wasn't, and this wasn't published on the BBC, that 6 billion of us on this prison planet, 6 billion of us, and I use this term loosely, incarnated souls, because not every being on this planet has a soul. You surely must have become aware of that by now. You know, just go and listen to Bob Zinnemann, you know him as Bob Dylan, talking about how you have to sell your soul in order to achieve the fame and the wealth and the adulation here. Entirely up to you whether you believe it or not. Entirely up to you. And I'm not doing this presentation, and I don't do any presentation with the purpose of instilling fear in any one of you. The whole premise of me doing what I do, sharing what I share, and especially when it comes to my own awareness, and as I said before somebody jumps in, I can't prove it to you. I don't want to prove it to you. I want you to become aware of what I'm saying, to rise up out of your blindness, your shadows, your darkness, to embrace the light and not be blinded by the light that you are, to see things as they truly, really are in this corrupt, evil, third-dimensional reality. Because that's what it is. And it's always been that way. To enslave you, the true you, not the listener, not the man or woman listening, or maybe the child listening, but you, the true self. Try and grab that concept into your very being, that I'm speaking or trying to speak to you, soul to soul, not spirit to spirit, not mind to mind, ego to ego, man to woman, man to man, but soul to soul. Everything I do is about that. It may come across sometimes a bit vague, a bit naive, whatever, but that is the premise of my channel. Not to install fear into you, but to awaken you to everything you are and everything that happens outside of you. But as I said, it's the same old, same old. And as I said in my last upload, you know, there is absolutely no reason for anybody not to see how, for instance, 100 million indigenous peoples of the Americas were genocided and murdered historically. In the same way that the Palestinian people are being genocided today. And I'm not making light of this, because I know you can't die for the life of you. Life in its purest form is eternal, but we are caught up in a bastardization of that, a corruption of that, which is called infinity. And we keep repeating the same things over and over again, different timelines, whatever, but it's the same thing over and over again. And it may happen today. I'm sure that today is not the same as those smallpox infected blankets that helped kill some of those 100 million indigenous peoples to the Americas that were found there when the likes of Columbus, we're told, discovered it. But again, he didn't discover, he knew it was there. He was sent there. What he found was just the remnants of a previous reset. Wherever we look, we are the remnants of a previous reset. One only has to think logically and deeply about the ancient megalithic sites all over the world and what they were there for. One only has to look at the ancient Vedic scripts that tell of the battles that were fought by the gods in the sky. They weren't gods, they were extraterrestrials or aliens. Every god I've ever studied is either an extraterrestrial or an alien, at best, and at worst, a dark, demonic, satanic being. And as Castaneda says, the predator mind. I could expand on that in so many ways, and I have done on this, my main BitChute channel. And I urge you to go back and look at some of the stuff that I've done over the last 4 years and see, bear evidence of my journey and see if it relates to you in your journey of awakening. But you look at things as a whole. You bring different things into the equation to look at the whole. Whether it be the fall of civilizations that we're told, the Roman Empire, that merely morphed into the Roman Catholic Church. But people like Genghis Khan, whatever, Tartaria and Atlantis, and indeed separate from or including the ancient megalithic builders. for me is just common sense, as that meme says in front of you. But common sense is something that has been attacked and is dying out so fast, so quickly. I can certainly see it in my lifetime. And if I look back, I can see where it's happened in the past. Because we're so much in fear of who and what we truly are, and we reach out to others to lead and guide us. Do not think for one moment, ever, that I am trying to lead and guide you. I'm not. Do not think for one moment that I'm like anybody else that speaks on the internet. I'm not here to sell you books, as it says underneath, DVDs, this, that and the other. I don't want you to put me on a pedestal. I don't want you to pay me anything. I want you to pay attention. Not just as you are, this man or woman, or this mind, this ego, or this spiritual reflection of this physical incarnation, because that's all your spirit is. It is a reflection of this one incarnation. And most people, if they seek to ascend to anything, it's just to the spiritual self, and they don't go beyond that to the conscious self, which is my one overriding message. Well, one of the overriding messages I share on here. Transcending this physical form, this spiritual form, to the true self that has no gender, and it's just light and information. And you're ignorant of that because of the incarnations you've led and where you've been indoctrinated and programmed in the way that you are still being indoctrinated and programmed today. People will not accept what they see with their eyes. They won't look up and see the sky and how the chemtrails are there. I know, because I can remember in the 60s playing out this time of year in the summer, and if there were any clouds, all they would be is big white fluffy clouds floating along. It's a rare sight to see those clouds today. They may well be there, but they've been hidden by the chemtrails, the spraying of those particulates to keep us dumbed down, to poison us in this physical form, so we will come back again and again and again in the physical form, the soul reset to factory settings, so that it can again harvest the energy, frequency and vibration of the fearful and ignorant soul, the spirit that comes from it, and the body of that spirit for that incarnation, and harvest the energy, frequency and vibration. It doesn't matter if 6 billion people perish. What matters is the soul or souls of those 6 billion people. It doesn't matter if those Palestinians perish. What matters is the souls of those Palestinians. Because those souls, like yours and mine, are controlled by dark, demonic, satanic, spiritual beings, some of whom have already sold their soul over previous incarnations to come back again and again and again to control the populace. That's what it is. It's as simple as that. I don't ask you to believe me. Stop believing. I ask you to become aware and to challenge all that you believe and hold true. And as you do, don't go looking for the truth. Look for the lies, and when you've found a lie, you're further on the path to truth. Don't look for the truth, look for the lies. Always look for the lies, the deceit, and whatever. And when you find it and you recognise it, then, by default, what should be left is the truth. So don't look for the truth, look for the lies. Don't do it with fear. I'm not here to instill fear in anyone. I don't want that. That's what controls us. When we're in fear, we give away our power. When we're in ignorance, we give away our power. Try to remember who you are other than this physical and spiritual being, and we can change everything. Of that, there is no doubt for me. I have changed me over the course of these 63 years, 63 and a half years that I've been here this time. I have changed me. And you can change you. And the only change that will ever benefit you is that which you do on a soul level, becoming conscious to who and what you truly are, seeking to become aware and then seeking greater awareness. We can win this battle. We've always been able to win this battle throughout the eons of time. We've always been able to beat this battle. But the mind that we possess, which is not ours, has controlled us, and so has the ego that we vocalise oh so often. And that's merely an expression of fear and ignorance. Have a listen to the link attached in that pinned comment on my main PT2 channel. Have a listen to it. Read what's written there. Seek to become aware of how so few people are able to even consider wiping out 6 billion individuals. And you will become aware of how they've done it before, again and again, through their wars, through their resets. And seek to understand why they do it. When you understand why they do it, because we are like food to them, you will stop giving yourself up on the sacrificial altar for them to be nourished. And you will maintain and keep that power for yourself, you, the true self, the soul. And we can eradicate the darkness within ourselves and beyond ourselves. And it's as simple to say as that. It's a lot more deeper. And, I'm not the panacea. I do not provide all the answers. I never claim to. What I do claim to do is share knowledge and information in my messages that would empower and enlighten you to become the panacea to your own darkness, your own fear, and your own ignorance. this message resonates, share the message. Don't share me. I'm not interested in being acknowledged, revered, respected, this, that and the other. I want the messages that I share with you to be revered, acknowledged, accepted. I want you to awaken to that which you truly are and not be blinded by your own light. Share the message, don't share me. Palamia, thank you. In Lakesh, in you I see another me. Mitakoyoyasin, we are all related, we are all relatives. And I tell you, and I consistently tell you, we're all connected. Stop focusing on what you perceive to be our differences and seek to understand what binds us, what connects us.